Cool breeze, the cool breeze, coolest thing that ever touched the breeze. You know what I'm saying? Today I want to talk about something I kind of learned. Bullshit, playing Monopoly. Popped up on one of my friends. You feel me? Or excuse me, popped up on one of my associates. Um, for no reason. Didn't even really want to talk business. Just want to chop it up with them, see how you doing. You feel me? And they were playing Monopoly. Now, if you know anything about the new Monopoly is they use debit cards. So you know when you pass gold, you collect 200, but in this you collect 2 million. You feel me? So I'm watching the game, and they play it a different kind of way. You know, they do things like they'll sell you a property, but like in order to buy the property, you know, like okay, well, I won't charge you if you land on this property, or I'll give you 50% profit if you land on this property, stuff like that. And there was this one guy, he had four cards. I won't forget. He had four cards, and everybody was like, "You're gonna have to make a move." You know what I'm saying? And I was like, and there were some moves that people were trying to present to him, and I was like, "Yeah, don't make none of the moves because they're gonna set you up to bankrupt. You feel me? Don't set yourself up to bankrupt." But what they were saying the whole time was, uh, if you're afraid to make a move, you don't have anything. Like if you're afraid to make a move, you're gonna lose the game. And there was this one girl. She was a savage. She was a savage. As a matter of fact, every single person on the board had to make a deal with her. Everybody on the board didn't make a deal with some people, but everybody on the board, every single last person had to make a deal with her because she was a savage. She was willing and dealing. She was to the point where spending money meant nothing. Spending money meant absolutely nothing. Like she'd save, buy her properties, all this thing, and then, but she set it up in such a swift and deadly fashion that when it came time for motherfuckers to like start having to pay money, you land on her property, you're like 5 mil off the top. You feel me? Um, when she was buying other people's property, she was buying it from them and offering them, okay, yeah, I'll give you 25%. But with her offering 25% and a little 50%, she just, you know what I'm saying? She just monopoly the whole spot. You feel me? And you know, they went for the change at the moment. So, but watching it, it was amazing because like these young people was kind of doing their thing, and I was looking at it, and I wasn't relating it to business at the time. I just kind of wanted to have fun. I just wanted to play. I wasn't really thinking about like actual business. Um, but when you looked at like the amount of money she not only racked up, plus the amount of excuse me, the amount of money she racked up, plus the amount of actual properties that she ended up incurring. I mean, she had 108 million, 108 million, and like I low key started stealing some of her moves. But like I ended up with like 10 million. The dude who was like the next best after her only had 13 million. I started the game in place of someone else. And as a matter of fact, I went bankrupt. I had to sell off some hotels. You know what I mean? Like first row fucked around landing on one of hers. First row. And she had hotels on that bitch. Bankrupt immediately. But what I realized was, okay, well, I can leverage my shit a different way. You feel me? If I play by their rules, I got something going. And she had you know, like Mediterranean, you know, that the last two, the little blue ones that like you land on that bitch, it's a grip. Like they been a bust your head. The little two plots before go. And she had them, and I had one of them. So I ended up finessing a deal with her. Then boom, I had I can't remember what I think it's I can't remember the name of these damn properties, but what I do remember was I had three of the little pink ones that's on the other side of what is that, community parking or some shit like that. Um, and what I ended up doing with what I ended up doing with one, because the dude made a shit deal. He made a deal where two players on, you know, two people on the board could land on his properties and not pay nothing. Like, I would give you profit before I make you not pay nothing, my nigga. Like, it can never be free for you to land, my nigga. Not just for a property. So what I ended up doing was, and he set it up with the guy so that the dude didn't have to pay for none of the properties that he landed on. So I'm like, my nigga, like, you set it up to where, like, okay, yeah, you got properties, but nobody's paying you for these shits. So what I did was I sold all of them bitches to her. Why? She's the biggest player on the board right now. And she has the ability to throw hotels on them bitches immediately. The moment she touched them bitches, she threw hotels on them. So what I did was I finessed it. Okay, boom. She was willing to let me roll for free because why? She becoming an even more powerful player. You feel me? She has no problem with throwing the money because why? She got money to blow. She, as a matter of fact, when I first walked over there, she had 42 million. These niggas was running around with their little 10 million. Like the dude I took over for, he had 12 million landed on her property one time. No, he had 10 million. He had 9 million. No, he had 7 million landed on her property one time. Oh, this bitch 12 million. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And she had just given him a plot of land that had hotels put on it. So not only did she give him, this is how gangster this bitch was. Not only did she give him one card to allow him to set up his shit, right? She gave him one card. He set up his monopoly, and she gave him hotels. Like, she personally paid for him to have hotels on his shit. Why? Because she wanted to be able to land on there for free, and she wanted profit from that shit. I'm like, this hoe is a savage. Like, like, you boys are not ready. And she was showing me pictures because every time she wins, or every time the game ends, or they gotta go somewhere or something, like, she takes a little picture. She was showing me pictures of like other occasions where she has all the transportation and like electric and shit. Like, she got like 20 some properties. I seen one where, like, when you looked across the board, like, two people had one car, another person just had one little monopoly. I'm like, bruh, like, she ain't here just destroying shit. But so I asked her, like, how do you do that, like, specifically? And all she said was, I just save, and then I just start buying stuff. It's like, okay, but she set it up in a way that she saved so much that while they're out this bitch, you know what I'm saying, like, buying one property, you know what I mean? First time around go, she don't buy nothing first time around go. She get around go like 3 times, she got like 6 mil, not including the other things that might occur during that shit. Then when she gets around the third time, she's buying everything she touches. She's buying every single property she touches. Now, when she's willing and dealing, when you come back around this fourth time, you got to touch her plots. You know what I'm saying? You gotta touch her land some kind of way. When she come back through again, she got another 2 mil. She got another 2 mil, not including what she's gonna get from rent from motherfuckers, and she buying more properties. I'm like, she's savage with it because I'm realizing what it's gonna take to really do what it is that I want to do. Like, I'm gonna have to get to the point where I can really, really stack up money. Now, it's not just about stacking up money. The next thing I learned was you got to be a savvy investor. You got to be a savvy investor. And you got to dominate. The way she picked her properties was, it was scattered. She picked whatever she landed on, but at a certain point, it was she could buy anything that her piece landed on because it was like there was no money restrictions. A lot of times, what they were doing was, you have to go around go one time. She was going around 3 times before she ever touched the property. Before she ever bought anything, she was going around 3 times. 6 mil. 6 mil. You feel me? Whereas they were going around their first time, buy a property. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, buy a property. You know what I mean? But now, when you land on something else, you can't afford it. So what do you have to do? You got to get your ass back around go. You feel me? You get around go again, you buy a second property. You really don't have enough to buy another property. What, you got 2 mil now? Like, okay, so if you land on another spot, you might be able to get 3. You might be able to get 3 if somebody doesn't already own it. Go around the third time. All right, you got 3 properties, okay? And you have 3 properties, and you're looking at 2 mil again. Because let's just say you got lucky. You know what I mean? You got lucky. You got you a $1 million property. You got you a $1.5 million property, and you got yourself a $1.8 million property. You no longer have enough to do what it is that you think you need to do on this third time around. To whereas when she comes around the third time, she has 6 million sitting. Not including the shit you might, you know what I'm saying, chance, you know what I mean? You might fuck around and land on a nigga property, you know what I'm saying, have to pay a nigga a little quick 500,000, you feel me? But it's nothing because once you come around, you almost like definitely got 6. Now, you let every single property you touch, you can buy. You come around again, not including what the other players around you have to do. You're coming back around again, and what? You're sitting at maybe 3 million. Okay, you're sitting, it's small, but you now come back around again, you reinvesting in your business. You feel me? And I'm just translating it into what I know. You done made your little money. You feel me? Now it's time to invest. Once you invest, all right, it's time to get a profit out your investment. Once you get a profit out your investment, put the money back into your investment. Wasn't like she was trying to do anything fancy, and it also helps that Monopoly limits you from really getting fancy. It's like, what the fuck? You can't go buy clothes in Monopoly. You know what I mean? You can't. You can't go buy no motherfucking cars in Monopoly and shit like that. So it restricts you. But that's kind of the restrictions you kind of got to put on yourself. You feel me? That's supposed to be like the self discipline that you apply to yourself that'll actually allow you to go out here and actually make moves. Just because you make money in the business don't mean that, you know what I'm saying, you got money to spend. That means you got money to blow. You have money to reinvest. You know what I mean? You got money to build the business. And that's what she was doing. She used her money to build the business. So when I took over for the dude who made all these terrible, terrible deals, I mean, he had property, but he made really, really bad deals. I started selling everything off and leveraging everything. So like every single player owed me a percentage of their mortgages because I sold off what I had quickly. Like as soon as I realized, like, okay, you motherfuckers play like this, boom, let me get rid of these motherfuckers. You feel me? But I set it up in a way, okay, boom. Not only can I move around freely, you kind of got to get lucky to make me pay rent. That's just real because a good percentage of the board is free. Like I don't touch anything, and they were towards the end of the game. So towards the end of the game, you get a little. The people who made some money towards the end of the game, they get a little bit of cockiness about them. You feel me? They get a little bit of, you know what I mean? They get the feeling they said, you know what I mean? Stick your chest out. You feel me? And what that allowed me to do was leverage off their ego. You know, like, okay, boom, I'm gonna give you all of these 3 properties. You know, like you can have them. Like, boom, you see that? Their eyes light up. The next thing is I just like create the worst possible deal for them and the greatest possible deal for me. But they so blinded by that those properties that it's like, okay, like I ended up getting way more than what you thought, and I don't have to manage none of these properties. I don't have to put hotels on them. I ain't got to monitor them. None of that. When somebody fuck around and land on that bitch, you gonna go collect your money from them, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me get my 25%, my nigga. Oh yeah, let me get my 50%, my nigga. Oh yeah, let me get my 10%, my nigga. It was like it was a fun little game. I've always liked Monopoly. My family in Florida, when we first moved to Jacksonville, they used to buy Monopoly for us every year. We even had the deluxe one where the pieces were gold. My nigga, that shit was hard. But I've always been a fan of Monopoly. It was just simply because it you know, it's a fun game. You can really have a good time, and you know, it's like almost like spending money. It's almost like really doing your thing out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Willing and dealing with the cash. But as you all know, it's different. It's different in quite many ways. But I also have the ability to really, really break it down. Really, really break it down to the simplest form, and actually see what was going on. So that was the biggest thing. Well, that wasn't really the biggest thing. That was just the general statement. The biggest thing I took from it was watching the guy with 4 cards. Watching the guy with 4 cards and having the ability to get into the game with another guy's cards, with another guy's properties, um, and he had done a terrible job of actually managing these properties. So, what is it that you now have to do? Well, I did the opposite of what dude did. Soon as I touched down, I started making moves. Soon as I touched down, well, not soon as I touched down. Soon as it got to the point where it was like, shit was trying to try to break like everything that I had down, I was like, okay, I know what I need to do. I need to leverage myself. I need to leverage my ability to make money. I don't need to leverage my ability to have properties because properties are obsolete on this thing. You can only have so much land out here. But you can make money regardless of what's going on due to the way that they play. The moment I learn a system, the moment I learn a skill, it's really truly over. And that's the main thing I've been working on. I've been trying to work on finding something because I want to do this. I want to podcast and talk to people and enjoy myself. I mean, it's hard because it's discipline. It's truly discipline to keep coming on here and make sure that you get it up, you get some quality content to talk about. But that's not just it. Like, this has to make money for me. You know what I mean? It's got to put bread in the pocket. You feel me? Like, young nigga need something to eat. And that got to happen now. And so, I think the biggest thing for me is I need to not only find something to invest my money in. I got to start taking action. Like, even if it's going to be a bad investment, I got to make some bad investments. Like, and I think that being with Sydney, I think that was one of the biggest things that we like squabbled about, was the fact that, like, when we first got together, oh my nigga, I was risky with the business. I risked the whole biscuit, my nigga. I risked rent money for the hustle, my nigga. Just simply because, like, I felt like not just I knew I could make that shit back. Like, it was nothing. But you lose a couple times and like niggas stop having faith in you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, well, let's do this and let's try something. It's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, and I made a lot of compromises simply because and it's not her fault. It's all mine. Like, I make compromises because I want to, and this is what you're supposed to do in a relationship. I made compromises because I wanted to be safer. I wanted, you don't want your chick run around this bitch mad at you, nigga, because you done lost money trying to get on the grizzle. You feel me? Like, and another thing is she wasn't adept in like business procedures and things like that. Her family are educated motherfuckers. Like, they go to school and go get jobs, nigga. Like, that's what these niggas do. Like, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if that's like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you like have worked your ass off to get this degree and you want to go use it to motherfucking, I don't know, work on cut niggas' hearts out, like, that's what your degree is for. You know what I mean? You've taken that, what, 8 years to become a doctor, you know what I'm saying, to be a surgeon. That's what you should go do. You still have to be wise about your money, but that's what you should go do. But in other parts of the world, there are other ways to get money. You don't have to be a smart genius motherfucker to get money out here. You just got to be willing to bust your ass. I haven't truly figured it out. I'm not even act like I figured it out. And I think I've been truly been working on this for a while now. I still ain't figured it out, like, to no degree. Like, I'm a baby in this thing. But what I have understood was I got to get a little bit more reckless, man. Not stupid, but I got to get a little bit more reckless. I got to be much more willing to take more chances. And I say it all the time, you kind of got to go crazy. You have to think of something that ain't nobody thinking of, you have to use something that everybody's using, like it's just a matter of your creativity. How creative are you willing to get to make this thing happen? And I've been working on that. I've been seeing my creativity grow. I've been taking some chances. I actually bought a jersey the other day. Found it quick, like I found it in the store. It was $14. I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to sell this bitch. But when I got it, it was a youth jersey. and I just like, because I know jerseys, I just went in there. I seen what number it was. All I saw was a team, the number. Looked on the back, seen the name. I'm like, oh, I gotta get this. I know exactly who this is. Bitch, gonna go. Why did I buy a youth jersey, bruh? And now, like, I'm scared to post this bitch because I know I just fucked up. I know I just fucked up and I didn't check it. I didn't do my due diligence. You feel me? And like, that's my responsibility. That's my responsibility to do my due diligence and not be reckless out this bitch. But that it kind of is what it is. Like, you got to make moves regardless. Sometimes you're gonna make some bad moves, and those would be lessons. You feel me? I'm appreciative of the fact that I'm not actually with a female right now, because like, not only did I do that, I did some other shit, but that's going, put a little damper on put a little damper on nigga money. But it's cool because like it's helping me grow my fame. It's helping me grow my claws. You feel me? It's helping me become a little bit more of a savage. You feel me? Not just that, I've because I know the jersey business. That's what I'm comfortable with. But it's not efficient enough. It's not quick enough. I can't wait for there's a waiting period with the jersey. Period. So like I don't want to keep having to wait so long to get them and then try to move them. So what I'm truly looking for is I'm just finding other things to deal with. For like a week, I was selling cigarettes. Yeah, I don't want to sell cigarettes. Even though it worked and cigarettes do move, it's not efficient. It's not efficient. Like, you know how many cigarettes you gotta sell, nigga? Like, you know how many individual cigarettes you gotta sell to make your money? Like the way you want to make it? Like, you not about to, nah, G. But another thing I was thinking was maybe keep selling cigarettes, maybe keep selling jerseys, just because one's slow and one's petty money. Well, I still got two sources. I'm kind of thinking, I just thought of this like this very second. I just need a third. I need to keep using the two I have, and create a third. If I can create a third and then a fourth, like, you know what I mean? Now I'm doing something. Trying my hardest not to start selling weed or anything else, just because I don't want to go to jail. That's that bullshit. Who the fuck wants to sit in the cell? Like, the fuck out of here. As a matter of fact, okay, I said I got myself in a bind. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the God honest truth. This is how I know God is like, this nigga looking out for me in a I can't stop you from doing what the fuck you want to do, but I am going to stop you from doing what the fuck you want to do. So boom, I've been plotting on selling weed. Been stacking my little dineros. If you've been stacking my dineros, I found the people I was gonna get the weed from, all that. Like, I'm fucking moving. Young nigga got a fishing out this bitch. Found the plug, or who may be the plug. You know what I'm saying? Shit kind of sound too good to be true, so like it might not have been the plug, and I might have lost my money anyway, or possibly got my ass shot. But save my money, got my money right. Talk to a dude. I'm like, boom, gonna go get this weed from this dude. You know what I'm saying? Cut him his little, you know what I'm saying? Put his little tax on it. Get on the train, lost my motherfucking wallet. All my money just drove the fuck off. Went to the train station. They like, yeah, we found it. You know what I'm saying? We found one. Get in there. No. Called the transit. Supervisor said, oh yeah, we got a wallet. Apparently got something got delivered. It wasn't my shit. Get there, no. And the lady was just mean. I was like, man, damn. But I do truly feel like when something goes really, really bad, like, okay, usually like shit, if something is difficult, it's like, okay, you may need to but usually when something goes bad, it's like, adversity. This was not yesterday. Yesterday was not adversity. Yesterday was God. It had to be. Not only did I lose my boots, meaning I couldn't go out and work, I also lost all the money I had. It was like, yeah, my nigga, you not no, nah, nigga. Like complete halt on your entire life. Like we're not fucking playing with you. Um, but it is what it is. Like I absolutely nothing is gonna stop me. Like I don't give a fuck what happens. I don't give a fuck what anybody sees. I don't give a fuck what I say. Like, like nothing's gonna stop me. When I give up, I just get back up. I give up like for an hour, I'll be back. Like don't no worries, my nigga. No worries. Like I will be back. I had a fortune cookie that said suffering creates courage or brings courage, something like that. I had no idea what that meant. When my homies' girls was like, okay, well, if you think about it like this, when you're suffering, you only got two options: keep suffering or do something about that shit. You feel me? Um, so suffering from suffering comes courage. When you suffering and you decide to do something about that shit, you had the courage, you had to get up, you had to make it happen out that motherfucker. It's like, I get you. I pick up what you're saying. And I agree. I agree. To some level, you got to like swallow your pride in many situations. You gotta do shit you thought you weren't gonna have to do. You have to do shit you didn't know you could do. This has been a like I've been kind of doing my thing for about maybe 2.5 months now. Maybe like 2.5 months now, just kind of doing my thing, just trying to get money and shit. No assistance, just daring. Um, and has it been tough? Yeah, it's been tough. Like I ain't why cap like it ain't been tough. But um every time like I think I'm down or something, you know what I'm saying? Hit a spin move. You know what I'm saying? You get tackled, get back up, you line back up, and get another play in. You feel me? And like sometimes you drop the ball, my nigga. Sometimes you completely and totally drop the ball, my nigga. Go straight through your hands. Niggas is looking at you like, how did you drop the ball, nigga? Like this nigga hit you perfectly in the hands. How did you drop the ball? Um, you just got to get back up, line back up, catch another pass, man. You know what I'm saying? Make a block for a teammate or some shit. You feel me? Like, but either way it go, you gotta win. Like, and like, oh man, you don't understand like the I don't know, this shit just put my mind in a different place. Cause I'm a lucky nigga, man. I can't help that shit. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed by blessed. God damn it. I'm blessed Omega blessed. Shit. Um every time the shit looks like shaggy, my nigga. Every time shit look like crazy as fuck, like something small and great happens. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. You know what I mean? And I just use that to motivate not only myself but the people around me. I, I, I said this to a girl the other day. I was, I'm talking to her shit. Short girl, and she's like, I'm like, are your parents short? She's like, yeah. I was like, damn, so my son's gonna be short. She was like, yo, sons. I was like, woman, you finna be the mother of a nation. She was like, what the fuck? He was like, you ain't finna put a bunch of kids in me. You know what I mean? Talking about, other shit. But when I said that, I truly meant that. Like, not that she's gonna be the mother of a nation, but like that's what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build a nation. I'm trying to contribute. I really want to do my part, and I feel like some people's part is to come out here and like get the people together and like Martin Luther King shit, Colin Kaepernick. I feel like they need to do their thing. I think other people, and this is my desire. This is what I desire in my heart, probably more than anything. Um, Other people want to stack this bread so that I don't know. Maybe say take over the world, or more along the lines of take control of finances. Take control of like how money is moved around in Charlotte. Like, my brother has been in jail for almost. My nigga been in jail for like 8 months now, man. And the sole reason he's in jail is because him and his girlfriend said that Duke Energy did something to them. Duke Energy is I mean, not Duke Energy, but Duke Hospital in Durham. Duke is a conglomerate. They have apartment complexes. They have hospitals. They have the college. They have so much shit out there. Like they bringing in so much money for somebody as small, like a regular human being, my brother, like working a regular old job, regular dude. For him to, you know what I'm saying, go against them, it's like, okay, nah, we can make this hard. We can make this very hard. And not only did they lock both of them up, they put her in solitary confinement for like a grip, my nigga. Like the whole time they just was trying to get her to turn on him, trying to get her to, tell them that he did some shit that he didn't do. But she didn't do it because, you know what I mean? She's a solid female. I appreciate her. And not just that, the nigga didn't do that shit. You know what I mean? Like the nigga didn't he didn't do the things that they claimed he did. He carries himself like a gentleman. And he's gotten in some trouble. I think he got in a little scuffle. He got put in solitary because they asked him if he wanted a roommate. Nigga said no. So they put him in solitary. But throughout all this, it's like I realized that like I have a responsibility, like, and no matter what happened, like I got to keep pushing. No matter if nobody else, my nigga, if everybody else drop off the face of the earth, like I still got to keep going. You know what I mean? I still got to make it happen. It's like it's not. And I had to stop thinking it was for them. Because when you think it's for them, it's like it fuck with your brain in a weird way, man. And it's about me. It's really about me. I want to have the ability to make sure my people can be free at all times. I want to have the ability to make sure my people have the best representation at all times, my nigga. Like, there's no way my brother should be sitting in jail right now with zero evidence. That's what you're trying to tell me? Nigga with no evidence supposed to be sitting in jail. And I'm grateful. I needed something like this to truly motivate me. There's no way I want to be a multi-billion dollar nigga if like this shit did happen. I'd have been straight being a 100,000-aire in this bitch. You feel me? Stacking my little dough. But it changed the way I think. It forced me to kind of grow up. Like the first time my brother got locked up, it was cool, my nigga. Slid up to Atlanta real quick, you know what I'm saying? Threw the crackers quick, 200, 300, something like that. Got my brother out of jail. This time they gave this nigga $500,000 bail. That shit broke me inside, dog. Like, I cried so many times because it was like, I don't know what nigga, like they didn't give my nigga like no $10,000 bail. They didn't give my nigga like $20,000. You know what I mean? We got to stack 2 stacks, my nigga. Like, you know what I mean? No, they didn't even give my nigga fucking $50,000 bail. Like, okay, we got to stack 5K. You know what I'm saying? We got to make 5K happen, my nigga. No, nigga, no. You got to make you got to make $50,000 happen. So, oh. My bitch get paid $30,000, my nigga. Like, I make how much, my nigga? Doing this petty hustling shit, selling tickets, and like, nigga, you don't make nearly enough. So at that point, I realized I gotta tighten up. Like, I think the biggest thing is I take a lot of breaks. Because it's my nigga. Like, shit's stressful. Something like there's days of like, I don't know, man. Like, I just gotta chill to keep that positive energy going, to just keep my mind out of some stupid shit, to make sure that I'm focused on the shit that I need to be focused on. And even with that, you see how, and I just talked about it earlier, my mind kind of turned from staying positive, you know what I mean, doing something that isn't gonna land me in a cell. I was ready. I was completely ready to buy. I was completely ready to be the greatest weed dealer in the world. I was ready, nigga. This week I was ready. My nigga. I was in there. That's not what I want. What I want is for my brother to be free. What I want is for my family to never need money ever again. Ever. It's not about them. It's not. It's about my love for them, but it's not about them. It's solely selfish. It's all me. It's all me. And like and that's the truth. Like it's all about me. Like I don't care. I don't care. And I had a problem dealing with that at first, just simply because it's like, you know what I mean? You a money hungry ass nigga. Nah, I'm not. I'm really, really not. If anybody know me, like the reason I was able to smash this one chick because I told her no, like I wasn't gonna give her no money. It wasn't really like that. She asked me to buy something. I told her like, nah, I ain't got money for that. But then I seen a homeless dude get this nigga a meal. Like she fucked me like 20 minutes later, my nigga. But it was like I was being real about my shit. Like I'm not here for you to spend my money. Like, but I'm willing to do what it takes to help the people around me. So like in my mind is simply about making money. And I appreciate the little game of Monopoly because it made me refocus in. It made me realize like what the fuck am I doing wrong out this bitch? You're not taking chances no more. Like you taking chances, you taking dumbass chances. Like you willing to do some dumb shit now. Like nah, I don't want to do no dumb shit. I want to actually go out this bitch and get it, you know? And like, in order to do that, like you really got to focus in, you really got to get on your shit. You got to find something that you can do your thing with. Like, and I don't even think I want a mentor no more. Like, I don't want nobody that like knows their way to get it, because you're not trying to learn who I am. Like, you're not trying to figure me out. Like, you don't want to understand the way I think. You want me to get successful your way. That might not work for me. So, like, I need to figure it out for me. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna be stressed. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have my days, but I'm gonna get it. And that's it. Like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at _KBREEZE _ you feel me? K Breeze. And then you can find me on Twitter at One With The Wind. I don't post shit like important, nigga. I just have fun on my shit. We'll get there someday. Y'all be good, man.